Here's Phil to tell you more.
Today, I would like to talk about the power of positive, constructive feedback. Okay? Here's what I mean by that. Positive, constructive feedback allows someone like me to hear your opinions on what I'm doing, and not only to take in, both criticisms, but also suggestions for improvement so that I can make better content in the future. What I'd like to talk about this morning is the power of that kind of feedback and comments on videos, because what you may not realize, I know this is going to be really weird for a lot of you to hear, all my comments on my videos are open. All right? Many years ago, I was a full-time YouTuber when it came to just creating on-demand videos. Most of the interaction that I got with my audience was not on the stream like it is today, but it was actually video comments. All right? But sadly, over a time period of, I would argue, probably about a decade, starting probably around 2011-ish, all the way through like 2021-ish,
the toxicity against me just kept increasing online.
And when that happened, people started flooding my video comments with some of the most vile, toxic things you could possibly imagine. Why would I be fucking upset that one person said something stupid? Sadly, there was no way to really control YouTube comments. There was no moderation tools that were effective. Literally what they wanted you to do was assign people to moderate your YouTube comments. Like, I'm going to hire people to come in here and start staring at my YouTube videos and moderate the comments. Like, what are you talking about? That's ridiculous, right? Are you nuts? So because of that, it got so bad with people trying to, they actually competed to try to say the most toxic things in my videos. You had people coming in saying racist stuff, sexist stuff, doxing me, doxing my family members, doxing viewers of the streams and moderators, basically doing everything you cannot have in any kind of an open discussion style area. And they actually competed to do the worst comments so that they could get highlighted in negative, toxic videos about me on the internet. People would actually just go through the video comments. Let's see what people have to say about this video. It's all the worst things you could possibly think, right?
Phil's a horrible public masturbator.
DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck. DSP is this and that.
Phil has a gouty fat butt. So it got to the point where it was like, either I was going to monstrously moderate every video, which was going to take insane amounts of time and effort, or I was just going to turn them off. And that's what people asked me to do. Actually, at one point, my longtime viewers said, Phil, I can't even watch your videos because if I just happen to glance down at the comments, literally 90% of the comments on your videos are these
toxic competitions.
Just turn them off. So I did. A lot of people just think that's the end of the story. Well, that's not the end of the story. I did turn on comments again on all of my videos.
Are you aware of that?
Hint, hint. Probably not. What I did is I went back and I said, okay, what do we could do now? Now enough time has passed, and now YouTube has moderation options. Okay? So now when someone posts a comment on a video, YouTube auto filters. It searches for, awful terms, racist terminology, insults, things like that. It goes into a queue for me to review. So basically nothing just will auto post on a video. That way it can't have doxing and stuff like that. Okay? So comments are open. And it's funny because I think just recently, maybe in the last week, there's a couple people who went back to watch older playthroughs of mine on DSP Gaming, and they realized, wait a minute, I can leave a comment? And in fact, someone just did this last night. I think it was an older Amnesia playthrough of mine. They left a comment. They said, I can't possibly be the first person to comment on this video. It's got like thousands of views. And I responded. I was like, yeah, it's because there were no comments for years. People didn't realize this. But those comments are key. Knowing what you liked, what you didn't like about a part of a game, suggestions for improvement, things, your own personal experiences with that game, that's part of the whole social experience of making content. And for many years, sadly, it was gone. That's the core thing we need to focus on here today, guys. I didn't do anything wrong. FYI, the reason I bring this up is because particularly overnight, there were two very nice, constructive comments on my gameplay videos. And I was rating them, and I'm like,
wow, these are actually really good.
I hope you guys are enjoying these playthroughs that have been gone from the internet and, putting them into a format where now you can watch them and they're digestible and they look better and everything. But I get like no comments on those videos for some reason. So that's something that I would definitely like to ask for. If you're enjoying the content on the Throwback channel, please leave comments. That stuff will help me to improve the channel. I want to know your feedback. What do you think about the playthrough? What do you think about the way that we're doing it? I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit. That feedback is key and very important to improvement, and I'm not getting it on that channel right now. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to film a special video that's just like a minute explaining this and saying, hey, the comments are live. Please, you know, leave some comments if you're watching this stuff. So here's a comment left directly on last night's video of M. Bison gameplay as I continued to, you know, grind. And then I did a daily wrap basically explaining that I was doing good, but, you know, there's issues that arise when I'm playing, right? So here you go. He goes, you barely blink when you're doing matches back-to-back. You're fixating so hard on the action, and you've just basically learned this kind of a bad habit, and you are in a room with lots of tech equipment and the air conditioning, and it's all going to dry out your eyes. Symptoms of dry eyes are sore, itchy, red eyes, and blurry vision. It's no more complex than your eyes are just dry because of how you're playing high-stress games and you barely blink.
You guys would know that.
I literally wouldn't, right? Like, I don't know if when I'm playing fighting games, if I'm blinking or not. What? Because I'm focusing on the fighting game. You guys would know because you can see me as I play. And so this person is observing and saying, yeah, if you haven't noticed when you play fighting games, like, you barely ever blink. So, okay. I mean, that's a valid observation, right? Thank you for that, because I didn't even realize that. Okay? Continuing on, you should take breaks every 2 matches or so and go into a practice room versus NPCs and practice moves for a few minutes and talk with viewers and ask for strats or info about moves or to calm down. The way that you spam matches back-to-back over and over for hours is kind of crazy. You need to break them up a little. You're always running at high revs and stressed out. Okay? I actually think this person, now putting this in perspective, is absolutely correct. When I play Street Fighter online, particularly ranked, and I'm just jumping from match to match to match, right? I could go like for an hour just playing without a break, right? It's true. And then I'm not relaxing my eyes. I'm not even interacting with the chat in a lot of cases. I get so heated. I'm like, I just want to go on to the next match. I just want to go on to the next match, on to the next match. And what happens is those streams, as I've told you guys, end up being way less interactive, way less social than my typical stream would be. In regards to Street Fighter 6,
I basically kind of almost ignore you guys.
so what this person is suggesting is to be a more loose atmosphere when I play Street Fighter. Maybe do 2 to 3 sets and then take a break for like 5 minutes. Hang out with the chat. What's going on? What is everyone talking about? Let's do shout outs. Let's update the leaderboard. Let's cool down. Even if I'm on a winning streak or a losing streak, to interrupt that streak, to take a breather, to blink like this, to be natural, to be human, instead of being a robot mashing through a bunch of matches back to back. And that'll give me an opportunity. Hey, my eyes burn. Let's put some eye drops in. Hey, let's hydrate, right? Let's get a drink here. Let's get the blood pressure down. Let's get the adrenaline down. Oh my God, I couldn't do a simple move. I wanted scissors, and instead I got head stomp, right? That kept happening. Now, when that's happening, what I should do is immediately I should say, I got to take a break, because obviously things are falling apart. But instead, it's just like my agitation makes me want to keep going, right? And that's going to spell disaster. And I see logically, I know this, but the problem is when you're in the heat of the moment, when the adrenaline is pumping, right? When you're angry, then you don't feel the logic betrays you. And you don't think logically. You just, I got to go to the next one. I got to get revenge. I got to fucking get things turned around again, right? So I absolutely feel like this advice, every 2-3 sets, not matches, but sets, because, a set is, when you're doing ranked, it's best of 3. So let's say I play 3 different people in a row, then take like a 5-minute break and relax, right?
And then recuperate, blink, right? Hydrate, In the eyes, hydrate in the mouth, hydrate everything.
and then come back. You see what I'm saying? This is going to dramatically improve, I feel, when I play fighting games. What the fuck? And I'm like, dude, I feel like I want to keep playing. The adrenaline is still coursing through me, but that's a bad idea. I've already played for 2.5 hours. If I keep going, I'm probably going to play more poorly. You know what I'm saying? I do need to start getting under more self-control. Because I have no fucking self-control. Hint, hint. So, hint, hint. So, hint, hint.